So as always, we begin with our breath. So as you sit on the chair, sitting a little bit forward on the chair so the spine is nice and vertical. And then as we get comfortable with the sensation of our breath, begin to notice if there's any place in the body where it feels like you're holding yourself up. So let the shoulders relax along with the jaw. Settle into the pelvis. Really feel the sits bones on the chair. Then travel all the way downstream to the feet. And we'll breathe in for a 4 count. We'll pause and hold our breath for a 4 count. Releasing the breath for a 4 count. Pause, emptied out for a 4 count. So following your own pace and what feels comfortable in your body. We'll do the 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 breath. A 4 count in. Pause and hold. And a 4 count out. Pause, emptied out. And after you've done a few cycles of that, we'll come back to our regular breath and just notice the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Now let's move a little. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to take it to the outside of the left leg. Lift the heart, press in to the left foot as we take a gentle twist toward the right. Breathe here. And again. And then on the next in-breath, we come back to center. Pause in the center. And now it's the right hand. It's the outside of the left leg. Press into the right foot, lift the heart, find the twist. Breathe here. And then on the next in-breath, gently make your way back to center. Sliding the hands out to the kneecaps, press gently into the knees, lift the heart, and create a little arch in the low back. The head lifts, however, we don't let the head drop back. We're just opening the throat a little bit. And then relaxing forward, the shoulders come toward each other. We feel the shoulder blades in the back expand, chin to chest. We're in a cow posture, which made me think of being in a cow pasture, but we're really not there. We're going to breathe in, press into the knees to lift the heart, the head, the nice arch in the low back. And then one out breath brings us chin to chest, shoulders come toward each other, and we feel a broadening between the shoulder blades. And then we come back to neutral. Turn sideways on your chair. Here we go. We're going to straddle our chair. I'm going to the right leg first, and I'm bringing the left leg behind. I'm on the toes on the back leg, and I'm a little close to the edge of the chair. Now, maybe it feels good to have the leg all the way extended, with the back of the knee lifted toward the ceiling. Maybe it feels better to have a little bit shorter step with the knee bent. You do what feels good to you, because we're going to move this a little bit. So I've got my right hand resting on the other side of my thigh, pressing into my feet. I'm going to lift, and I'm pressing into my hand to do this, and then slowly lower. If that doesn't feel good, just pause here, getting that nice stretch. Breathing in, we lift, and breathing out, we lower. Maybe you let go of the backhand and you lift and you lower. One more time. Slide that back leg forward, pausing in the middle here. Slide the hands out, lift the heart. Then curve into the cat arch. Let's go back and forth here a couple of times. We're doing cat cow in the chair. Notice how your breath moves. Pause here, notice your breath moving. Maybe you find that it's deepened a little bit. Let's go to the other side. So now I'm on my left side, scooting a little close to the front of the chair, extending that opposite leg. It can be long, it can be a little bit short, doesn't matter what feels good in your body. This hand I'm using to help me get up off of the chair. So we're going to breathe in to lift, and then sink back down. Breathe in to lift, and then release down. Breathe in to lift, release down. One more time, and release. Come out of this slowly. Bring that foot forward. So one of the most important things that happens in yoga is a transition from one posture to the next. And a lot of times people get injured by moving too quickly, especially if we have an aging body. Not that any of us do. We're aging well, but those slow transitions are going to be helpful. We're going back to the first side. We're going to scoot that leg back again. This time we're going to turn toward the back of the chair. Now, if you have osteo issues, don't hold the back of the chair. Just bring your hands to the outside of the thigh for a really shallow twist. If you're feeling strong and your osteos are strong and you got a good scan the last time, maybe you turn all the way to the back of the chair for a deeper twist. And this leg, if you got it in you, lift the back of the knee toward the ceiling. We're breathing here. And then slowly coming out of this, that back leg comes forward a wee bit. This leg comes around. Let's go to the other side immediately. Pause here. Maybe the hands are just on the outside of the thigh, or maybe they're all the way on the back of the chair. Really notice how one side may have more mobility than the other. There may be more stretch or flexibility in one side. We're breathing. And then slowly coming back to center. Pausing in the center. We're going to rise to standing now. So come on up. We come to mountain. I'm going to come to the side of my chair. I'm going to invite you to do the same thing. So I've set it up in such a way that I'm facing the side of my chair. Here's the back. The sequence that we're going to do today is forward fold, down dog, pyramid, and triangle. Woohoo! So we're going to start with a forward fold. We hinge forward. Maybe the hands slide down the legs. Maybe the arms come to, or the hands come to the chair, or maybe the head comes all the way to the chair. We're looking to just feel strengthening in the hamstring, in the middle of the hamstrings, not in the attachments, the ligaments. We're looking for this stretch here. We're pausing and breathing. And then we're going to hinge up, bringing the heart parallel to the seat back. And then we're going to step our feet back a little further. And we're going to sink into down dog. So we're lifting the sits bones to the sky, softening between the shoulder blades. And we're breathing here. Bend your knees in this posture if having straight legs is causing too much noise in your hamstrings. Then we're going to step forward and we're going to hinge up. Nice flat back, coming back up to standing. Pause in mountain for a moment. And now we're going to do pyramid. So with pyramid, we take a short step back, not too long, and the foot is turned out. See, the toes are pointing at about a 45-degree angle. We turn our heart forward, and then the hands will either come to the chair or they're hold behind the back. Hinge forward toward the knee, pausing at any point where your body begins to tighten. And maybe your head makes it to the chair, maybe it doesn't. There is no destination. We're pausing here with 3 breaths. And then slowly hinging up. Come back to mountain. Switch legs. Again, this is a short step back. This is really good for sciatica, by the way. This is a very helpful sciatica stretch. You can hold either wrists or elbows or the seat of the chair. We're going to hinge forward. The legs are straight here. So don't go so far that everything begins to get chaotic in the body. Pause when you feel the tightening and breathe. 3 big breaths here. And then we're going to hinge up. And I'm going to invite you to stand in mountain for a moment while I go figure out what that beeping is. I'll be right back. And then last but not least, we're going to do triangle. So turning sideways to the chair, pay attention to your left foot as you turn it to a 45-degree angle, then turn this foot toward the seat of the chair. Maybe your feet are going to be a little bit wider, and maybe this foot goes back further. Now, with triangle, some people can come all the way down to the floor. We're just going to the chair, but if you want to slide your hand down to the floor, do that. Otherwise, we open our heart as we release the hand to the chair. Maybe the arm comes up, Maybe it holds the waist or wraps the waist. You decide. This top shoulder draws back. Nice strength in the legs. We're breathing 3 breaths here. And then to come out of this, soften the knees, turn the body toward the chair, step forward, switch legs. Take that step back, a 45-degree angle. The feet are a few feet apart, perhaps, straightening the legs. Hand comes to the chair or to the inside of the leg. The heart opens, turns, maybe the arm extends, maybe the hands to the waist. Maybe it wraps the waist, shoulder back, breath here, 3 breaths. And then to come out of this, a slight bend in the knee, face the chair, come back up, pause in mountain and breathe. We're going to flow with this pattern now. So we're going to pause and do breath. So just follow along. Here we go. We're starting with our forward fold. Sweeping the arms up. We fold to the chair. Breathe in, come up. Out breath, step back. Down dog. On the next in breath, we're going to step forward with both feet coming into pyramid, hinge forward. Switch feet. Hinge forward, straight legs. Breathe in to come up. Turn sideways to the chair. Turn this leg toward the chair. That foot scoots back a little. And we're going to twist, heart open, extend arm, or wrap the waist. Come back to the chair, switch legs. Triangle. Feet come together, forward fold. Step back, down dog. Step forward, 1 foot back slightly, pyramid. Hands on the chair perhaps, hinging over the front leg. Switch legs. Coming into triangle, turning sideways to start with, step back, turn foot, hinge forward and turn the heart up. Turn your heart up. Hand comes to the chair, switch sides. Turn the heart up. Come forward again. Step up. Hinge up. Pausing in mountain. So we're going to go through that again, each element with 3 breaths. So sweeping the arms up, fold into your forward fold. Maybe you notice that things have changed a little. Breathe here, 3 breaths. And now step back into down dog. 3 breaths here. Nice long spine, catching air in the armpits. They're wide open. The back is soft. Scooting up to the front, back to the chair. We're going to take a short step and hinge forward into pyramid. 3 breaths here. Hands to chairs, switch legs. Hands to chair or behind, holding opposite wrists. Hand to chair, step up, turn sideways for a moment. The back foot is going to turn at a 45-degree angle. The front foot comes closer to the chair, coming into our version of triangle. Maybe the hands on the chair, you know, shoulder back, heart open, breathing 3 breaths. Gently bend the knees to come out of this, switching legs. Get your stance, and then turn the heart up, wrap the waist or extend the arm. Then gently bend the knees. We're going to step up. We're going to sweep up. And pause here. And now swing with me. We'll do a little seaweed. Soft knees. And then bring your left hand up towards your right shoulder and vice versa. Little tapping here. Tapping the kidneys in the back. Slowing it down. And then with soft fists, we're going to massage. We're going to come into a little bit of a knee bend, and we're going to massage from as high up in the mid back as we can reach, all the way down to the sacrum. So giving yourself a good massage on either side of the spine. And maybe when you get to the sacrum, which is in the middle of your pelvic bowl, maybe you want to rub there a little bit. It might be tender. Do about 3 rounds up and down. The whole time your knees are bent, so you're in a little bit of a squat here. And then shake it out. Keep the knees bent. Turn the feet sideways and sink a little further into this is goddess pose. So here we are, waking up the inside of the legs. Then slowly rotate the feet forward. So we have a wide stance. Hinge forward, heart comes parallel to the floor. And maybe it goes a little further and the hands can rest on the floor under the shoulders, head releases, or maybe just holding behind the knees is great. Then we're going to bend our knees, press into the floor, hinge up, step or hop the feet together, and come to mountain. And we pause, breathing, and we'll make our way back to our chair now. Remember, we sit forward on the edge of the chair so the spine is nice and vertical. And we're going to pause here with breath. So as the breath begins to settle, perhaps noticing how your sits bones rest on the chair now. Perhaps your pelvis feels a little heavier, a little more grounded. Maybe it's your feet. Maybe the shoulders and jaws have relaxed a little more, and the breath finds its way deeper into the body. Today's poem is by Rumi. It's part of a poem. It's called The Music We Are. Did you hear that winter's over? The basil and the carnations cannot control their laughter. The nightingale, back from his wandering, has been made singing master over all the birds. The trees reach out their congratulations. The soul goes dancing through the king's doorway. Anemones blush because they have seen the rose naked. Spring, the only fair judge, walks in the courtroom, and several December thieves steal away. The Music We Are by Rumi. We open our arms wide now. We gather all the blessings that already exist and we draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together, we all say, Namaste.